Hey folks, Sam here. It's trapping season 2014. Um, Last year I did that big fast track to coon trapping video. You guys will love that. I think it's shot up to probably #1 trapping video watched on YouTube. It's freaking amazing. And everybody's been begging, hey man, when are you going to do more? When are you going to do more? I haven't had a whole lot of time, but I did have enough time that I decided I'm going to go and live out one of my dreams. I've always had a dream of going up, taking my boat, going to the Wisconsin River, and trapping the river. And I've dreamed about this since I was 16 years old. You know, I'm setting traps around here, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm probably missing out on all them big 40-pound coon that never seen a trap. And man, it's the river, it's the edge. There's got to be tons of coons and mink and muskrats and everything just congregating. So that's what I'm doing this year. I don't have a whole lot of time to trap, so I'm going to take some time, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to hit this river, and I'm going to hit it hard. And we're going to be trapping on the edge. That's where it gets this name. It's my idea and my vision is I'm going to be trapping the river edge. I just got back from setting out some feeders. And my idea there is I want to try to get some coons congregated up. And so right now, land trapping is open in the state of Wisconsin. Water trapping is not. That being said, you can still set DPs by the water. But my goal is to go up there on Friday and set traps by my feeders. Saturday morning comes, water trapping's open. I'm going to be checking my traps on my feeders as I go, and then I'm going to be working on setting some mink sets and some muskrat sets and some pocket sets and cubby sets and everything I can along the river. And then my goal is to probably spend 4 or 5 days up there camping out on the river and just see how it goes. But it's something new, never done it. We're just going to give it a try. It's not going to be this huge educational, learn a ton of shit off a video. It's just going to be more about tagging along and doing something I always wanted to do. It's trapping this big water. You know, it's all about me passing on my addiction. So I hope you have fun. I hope we catch a shit ton of coons, a shit ton of mink, and piles of muskrats and everything I've dreamed about for 30 years. So, give me a couple of days and we're going to be back. Next time you see me, we're going to be on the water. All right. We're pretty excited filming Trapping on the Edge here. Yesterday we spent the day, we had some feeders that I put out like 4 or 5 days ago. I wished I could have got them out there a little bit earlier, but I couldn't. And we had a few that were hit and we had a few that weren't hit. So we just went and set a few dog-proof traps yesterday, set a few on the edge. Today we're just, we camped out last night, beautiful night, stars were out, a little bit of dew on the sleeping bags when we were done. But it was all good. Now today we're out here. This is the opening day of water trapping here in Wisconsin. And in the last video I did on coon trapping, there was a lot of guys that said, oh, I can't trap right-of-ways, I can't do this, I can't do that. This is a trip that I've always wanted to do. We're camping out on the river, we're running our line, and so today we're just filling in. We're going to set some, this is just crazy big water. It's very intimidating. Hopefully we can work it out. You can hear the dog. He's all excited. Dakota, he's ready to go. So we're going to film some catches if we get them today. We'll probably film some sets, and we'll just keep going. We don't want to bore you. We don't want to make this just all a long, drawn-out deal. So it's mostly about fun, the experience, and passing on the addiction. So we're going to get at it. You can see this, but this is one of our feeders that we had put out there. And right over there, we got a coon. So we're gonna get ready. We're gonna go in here and dispatch this baby and continue on with trapping on the edge. There's a coon we could see from the boat, and you can hear Dakota barking. That's because we got us a double right there. So while Dakota's keeping that one busy, that's a nice coon right there. We're gonna shoot this other one and keep on moving. There you go, Justin. Grab that. Where's the gun? Hey, you guys all know I'm big on shooting with a pellet gun. This is the nitro piston from Crosman. This is also a 22 caliber. It's just their like bottom line entry level Benjamin Trail nitro piston 22 cal. We'll show you how this works out. I took the scope off it because it just gets beat down in the boat and truck. Easy. Rolls them right on over there. Get him out of the trap. Get him out of there. I'll show you how big he is. That's a big old coon here. Yeah. We're just going to take him out with the pellet gun. Telling you guys, you want to use them pellet guns, a lot cheaper than 22 ammo, and it does a heck of a job. All right, let's get these things baited up. Get on down. All right, folks. Hey, trapping on the edge. Got the edge of the water. That's the whole concept on this deal here. It's trapping the edge. Got this huge, big water. This sand is something I knew I had to contend with, but I didn't know how much. The water, the water keeps dropping because it's the weekend and this is a power generating river. You can see these nice undercut banks. Man, it'd be awesome trapping here if we had water. We don't. So what we've been doing, we've been finding spots. We got some coon tracks here. Mink tracks. Hard to find tracks because the waves, they lap up on shore and kind of wipe everything away. So what we got here is we made ourselves a pocket back in here. Put a trap there. Our concept is we know the mink and stuff are probably still going to be running this undercut bank. So we're just hoping to get something in there. So we've learned that you got to do a lot of improvising if you're going to trap a spot like this. So we got this one ready, and let's get moving on. We're going to throw some fish in there and we'll be on the road. Here's another good spot. We didn't find much for mink tracks, but the waves are pounding up here, and I just figured this would be a good spot for a mink who was working the shoreline. He'd come through here. So we blocked it with a 110, set it up, and we're just going to see how it works out. He should come right on through there, and we should have him if there's a mink in the area. So, well, get on down. It's morning of day 2. We went out and checked a few traps here just a minute ago. Had some just down the river, but we kind of wanted to show you our camp and what we got going on. And I had a little bit of time to reflect on yesterday, and that was our first day of really setting traps. And kind of wanted to talk to you about it and tell you my ideas of this trapping big water. I've never in my life trapped something that's this big. I'm used to them little rivers and creeks. And so anyways, here's our camp. We managed to, we're lucky enough here on Wisconsin River, they have primitive campsites already set up. So we came here to give you a bench, a picnic table, and a fire pit. Last night we scrounged up some wood and we cooked. So where Dakota has breakfast this morning, but he doesn't want to eat, so he's pretty riled up. Dried out some clothes. This is where the cameraman and the queen, we'll call him the queen, he sleeps. Justin, he's always worried about getting cold and everything else. It was a little bit chilly this morning, a lot chillier than it was the other morning when we slept by the truck. We slept out under stars again. It's kind of my deal. 2 railroad plates of tarp tied to a tree. Got my, this is where me and Dakota sleep. Got my sleeping bag under there, and I just crawl up in there. Keeps me pretty dry. Got Dakota's leash right here. Keeps him close to me. Last night I had no problem with him. He was curled up in a sleeping bag all morning. So over there, that's the bathroom. Don't forget the toilet paper. Otherwise you will run low on socks. We did not forget the toilet paper. I'll show you the skinning room. Come down the hill here. Got one hanging yet. Got a couple of them skinned. A couple things you will probably forget when you come. You'll grab your Gramble and your knife and your sharpener. You'll forget a tail stripper, because we did. And then of course we parked the boat right over here. We got the generator running, charging with some batteries and stuff. Now, all about yesterday. Yesterday, I learned a lot about trapping big water. Wind and big water equals big waves, equals a lot of oh shit moments. I mean, we had water at the time the waves were coming up over the front of the boat. So if you're going to trap a big river like this and you're not from the area and you don't know much about it, wind is a big consideration. Try to trap the side that the prevailing winds come from, and that's kind of protected. The other thing we found out, and I don't know if that's has anything to do with prevailing winds or anything like that, but the west side of this river has way more sign than the east side. We found mink tracks, otter tracks, just everything. And most of we got a few feeder sets out, and the ones on the west side are getting hit a lot more than the ones on the east side. So I don't know if that has a whole lot to do with the wind or anything else. It's just kind of what we found out. You can see this is sand. Very, very, very hard to trap. Can't get anchors to hold. Luckily we brought railroad ties. So if you're gonna come with earth anchors, you might as well forget it. You're gonna come with stakes, forget it. It's hard to get them to hold into this. Digging pocket sets is hard. The water last night when we went to bed was here. Now it's down to here. So, and this is a power generating river. So they shut the power, they closed the dams off on Friday, I believe, to hold back the water, so they got water for during the week. So that's something to consider. And you can look, there's nothing here. I mean, how are you going to dig a pocket set or anything all the way to there? So that's, you know, the big water can be intimidating. We didn't get a whole lot of fur yesterday. You know, we got 3 coons and a possum. I was pretty discouraged, but after, you know, last night sitting by the campfire and thinking about it, I'm pretty friggin' happy with that, considering I don't know this river as far as trapping wise. So, you know, and when we came, we had a storm Thursday night. We came out here Friday. All the tracks are washed away from shore. Like yesterday, the wind, the waves just pounded the shoreline. So it's tough, but I'm enjoying myself. Trapping on the edge is fun. We got a couple more days. We're gonna watch the weather really close. Sounds like we got really bad storms coming in Monday night, Tuesday. So we might pull out and get the hell out of here and head back home and trap some ground that I know how to trap. Otherwise, I might stick it out for just a few more days, see how the weather holds. But so anyways, we're gonna finish up this last coon. We're gonna get in the boat. We're gonna haul ass across, check our traps, go get some supplies from town, get back out here, and we'll be back here again tonight. Coda likes to check the traps for us, so we'll go in here and see what we got. Come on, Coda, check. Check him. Got him? What do we got? Oh, we got a big old coon. And he's in 2 DPs. This is what happens when you put them too close together.
No, we got a double here.
Oh, we got a double?
And a double.
A double and a double. Let's grab the pellet gun. Where's the pellet guns we got in the coon shackle? A couple things I want to talk about here. If it wouldn't be for these coon feeders, we'd have probably really had a rough time out here getting fur. So you can see they hit them pretty hard. That one's empty. What I suggest you do if you're going to trap this big water like this is, I just came out here and kind of put them out in random spots. What I would do, if I had to do this over again, is I would scout for good sign along the river where I'm going to trap mink or something like that. And then I would put a coon feeder here, because then you could trap the coons here and you could trap the edge there. What we kind of did is put the feeders in random spots, came back, and then hopefully found sign. Here's a prime example of what happens if you put your coon shackles or your DPs too close together. This little guy, he ate everything out of one, and while he was caught in the trap, he ate everything out of the other. So, all you anti-trappers out there that say this is cruel and it hurts and everything else, this is a prime example. You think this little dipshit was hurting? He got his foot in one, and he wasn't even in enough pain and had enough sense that he started eating everything out of the other one and got caught. I don't know what to tell you guys. But then, why don't you check this out? We got us a double. So we got another one over here. One thing I've realized about these river coon, we haven't caught a big one, really big one yet. But we got 2 nice coon here. They're looking good. We're going to dispatch them and get them taken care of. Really does the trick. Using the pointed bullets made by Crossman too. The gun's made by Crossman, the pellets are made by Crossman. Easy. Put your head down. There's what we want. take your time and get that perfect headshot. Don't dick around and end up shooting him in the nose or something. Just take the time. The coon's already in the trap. He's not going anywhere. Just take your time, get the perfect shot, dispatch the coon. All right, well, Justin, the camera guy here, he managed to leave the pellet gun over by the last coons we got where we got that double. How do I know he left it? Because I never forget anything if I have somebody with me, because I always got somebody to blame it on. So that being said, we're gonna use it to kind of teach a lesson. We're going to show you how to dispatch a coon without a gun and without smashing its head in and doing all that crazy stuff. We got us here a 220 Conibear, got it hooked on a pole with one of these Drew's industry holders. You know, just take your safeties off, and then we'll do that. I think a 330 would probably work really good on a coyote. Another lesson I want to show you. Do not, when you're using feeders like this, do not have them hooked close enough to where the coon can get them, because he done tore it up. I mean, he didn't wreck it or anything, but we'll have to rehang it and stuff like that. Pretty nice coon here. So he's kind of camera shy. So you got a good view of him. Get up close so we can get a really good view and show you how this works. Like I said, make sure you take the cables off. Then all you want to do is dispatch him. In a second, he'll be done. Well, trapping on the edge. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Here's what happens when you're going through the cattails and the plug gets pulled out of your boat. You're damn near sunk her. So we'll get this water all drained, we'll put the plugs back in, and then we'll get the heck out of here, head to the campsite. And it takes us pretty much from morning till dark to run this whole line on the river. So this is our last check and our last trap, and dog proof or DP trap, which also means definitely a possum. So we'll just wrap this little guy on the head, get it over with, and get on out. Get on in here. Well, it's day 3 of trapping on the edge. We learned a lot. I'm telling you a couple things. Main thing, put your plugs on the inside of your boat, not the outside. Shit, yesterday we almost went down like the damn Titanic. We must have hit a stump or something to pull the plug out of the boat. But we made her through that. For here on this big water, all you guys that can successfully trap these big bodies of water, my hat's off to you. It didn't defeat me, but we didn't do as good as we thought. We've decided that we're going to pull our traps today. We got some bad weather moving in this evening. It's supposed to last for a couple of days. Yesterday I told you all about the prevailing wind thing. Forget that. Last night the wind switch came out of the east and pounded the west side here that we found most of our sign on. So we're just going to pick up camp here. We're going to pick up our traps. We'll do a little videoing on the way. And then we're going to wrap this up. I know it's not going to be this great big long 2.5 hour video you guys were hoping for, but you know what? Be 30-40 minutes of a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of education. And you know what, man? This is Mother Nature. You can't be great at pounding fur all the time. You're just going to have to take some times where you learn your lesson. I always wanted to do this trip. I'm 46 years old, and I've thought about this trip since I was 16. So if you got this in your blood that you want to go and do this, go and do it, man. Just be safe. This big body of water can be rough. We've had winds come up, put waves over the boat. We've pulled the plug and almost sunk. We've done a lot. So just be safe when you're doing it, and I suggest you go out and do it. You know, how do you measure success? Do you measure success by how much fur you got, or the experience? If you measure it by the fur we got, and not so good. If you measure it by the experience, this trip was friggin' priceless. I had so much stuff go on here, and I learned so much. So let me get this camp picked up, and let's get on here and get some of our traps picked up, and we'll video on the way. Well, if it wasn't for these feeder sets, we'd be struggling to catch anything. Got us another little coon here. I'm going to take it. I'm going to let him go. Justin says, we didn't bring a catch pole up here. What are we going to do? I said, just film it. Move on. He's got himself pretty tangled up. And there goes Dakota after him. Dakota, come on! Dakota, come! So, that's how you do it. Folks, this whole shoreline yesterday was just riddled with mink and otter tracks. So, the water was about a little bit higher than it was right now. So what I did is I made a blind set and I made a pocket set. Last night the wind switch came out of the east and just pounded this shoreline. Let me show you what happened. If the mink had dynamite on his feet, we couldn't have caught him. Here's one of my sets right here. This is my pocket set. Look at how much sand washed in over that trap. That is freaking crazy. So, you definitely wouldn't have got him. And then over here I had a blind set with a 110. The water, again, the waves just crashed over the top of this. And you can see this. Look how much sand. So, me not being a big water, big river trapping guy, really doesn't, it didn't get the concept of that sand. I knew it was going to be kind of an issue, and I thought I was far enough up there, but obviously these waves lapping in here overnight, man, just messed me up. So we're going to pull these and move on down the line. Well, here was the blue bucket set we talked about. You know, finding spots to make cubby holes and everything is really tough here. I wished I'd have brought a bunch of mink boxes with me. It would have been just awesome. But the blue bucket set kind of paid off. The trap is set off and it's kind of tore up, but my fish head's still in there. I don't know what the deal is there. We had something because the traps moved out of the bed. That kind of All right, got another one of our DP set just a little ways off of our feeder. And we finally got us a big old boar coon. It's probably the biggest coon we got here trapping on the edge. So we're going to dispatch him. Again, just take your time with the pellet gun. Yeah, with any gun, just take your time and get that correct shot. Come on. And he's done. But what a nice looking coon. Got really nice flank fur on him. Really nice back guard hairs. Just a nice looking coon. Well, I'm gonna get this all packed up and move on. Hey folks, just got back here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago from filming Trapping on the Edge. And, you know, I'm out here, I'm running a little bit of a line this year. I'm still super busy with the slingshots and stuff like that, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to focus on trapping like years past, and that's okay. But while I was out there and I'm running a little bit of a line, I'm doing a lot of thinking, you know, and I filmed an ending to this video while I was out there, and I decided not to use that because it doesn't really do it justice. I've had a little bit of time to reflect and think about my experience out there, and so I'm going to tell you this is my ending. You know, I'd never once filmed this video to go out there and teach you guys how to trap this big water. And if you thought that's what I was going to do, I'm sorry. And, you know, and you think that, wow, I didn't learn shit in this video. I'm sorry. I mean, this to me was all about taking you guys out on an adventure that I wanted to do for the last 30 years of my life. And I hope you got that out of it. I hope you got, wow, this guy did something I always wanted to do, I learned a ton while I was out there. You know, I didn't catch a ton of coon. I didn't catch a big 40-pound coon that I thought were running around everywhere. I didn't sink the boat with muskrats, although I almost sunk the boat a couple of times. It wasn't with muskrats. But I walked away with just a huge pile of knowledge that I know for myself, and, you know, I will go back there. If I draw an otter tag next year or something, I might go back there and film and, take a bunch of mink boxes with me and stuff like that. But what I gained in the experience was priceless, and that's really what I try to do in a lot of my stuff. You guys have seen my pictures. I've been pretty damn lucky, I've killed some big fish with a bow. I killed some nice bucks. I live a lifestyle that a lot of guys probably wish they could live. To me, it's just normal, but other people, it might be extreme. But that being said, you're only going to be able to live that extreme if you just go and do it. So I hope you get that out of the video and you watch it and you say, man, I thought about doing that for 30 years myself, and next year I'm going to do it. I hope that happens. I hope it happens to you new guys that think, wow, I did think about that this year, and you know what, I'm going to do it. Now's the time to do it, man. If you're in this fur trapping for the money, you're going to struggle because it's just not there. I mean, we made good the last couple of years. Guys did really good. The market's crashing this year, and I just think now's the time to grab your kids or grab your buddies or do whatever you got to do and go out there and experience something pretty great. So I hope you sat back. I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, this was more about passing on my addiction for the outdoors than teaching. It's more of entertaining or just tag along on something that I always wanted to do and, see how it all ends up. So, that being said, we already got next year's video picked out and we're already working on it. Well, we got a title. I'm going to tell you that. It's called Keep Me in the Loop. So that's next year. So I'm already planning, I think next year, hopefully we do a little bit better fur-wise than we did trapping on the edge. And I hope I do a lot better with the experience and the overall just living life, man. That's what it's all about. It's all about passing on my addiction. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm working on another little one right now. We're out on a line. Kind of has to do with, it's mostly to do with feeders and people having a limited amount of time to trap. And that seems to be the thing this year is limited amount of time, limited amount of space. So we're going to capitalize on that for the next couple of days here. So that being said, I got to get back at her. And hey, thanks for watching. You guys have made my channel a huge success. I think Fast Track to Coon Trapping is the #1 viewed trapping video on YouTube. That's pretty amazing. So thank you all for doing that. And I'm glad you could tag along on this little adventure. And there's many more to come, I promise you. Just be patient with me. Thanks.